Hey guys, welcome back to Table Talk here on SourceFed. This is the show where we answer your questions that you send us using the hashtag Table Talk in the comments of regular Table Talk videos, or on Twitter using the hashtag Table Talk, or on reddit.com/r/SourceFed. Over here we have Mr. Mike Falzon. Hello.
Hello.
Over here, Mr. William Haynes.
Hey.
People be like, right here, it's Sam Basher, SourceFed Nerd, Only Stupid Answers, little podcast I do. A lot of fun. We throw your questions in this bowl, we cut them out. I don't know, we'll get to those in a second. Mike, anything cool you've been doing? Ain't going right in there. No.
Walking the subway, getting a sandwich.
I did all those things. Did you see me doing that?
No, you tweeted about it. Something about like it's not. Were you the one that was saying that it's not healthy if you get all the cheese and all that on it? Yeah.
You walked to Subway to get a toasted cheese and processed meat sandwich.
Yes.
Someone pointed out that there's a smell of Subway. Like, no, there's not. And
Yeah,
then I
no,
came home and I
totally
got
is.
in my car and I was like,
Yeah.
Is it the bread?
I think so. It
Mostly?
like gets in you, and like you can't like. Get
It's like
it off.
here.
Yeah.
It's
like
like here.
It's
There
like
is?
I like Subway, but like I don't feel like it's good for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
thinking about, I was like, I'll get the veggies, I'll get some light, but like afterwards, I still want to take a nap.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
the thing.
still
Is
like.
you know by the after, however you feel afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
if it's decent.
It was good. No, honestly, I want to tell you the laziest thing I do is like honestly, like I just sometimes I don't want to leave home. And what I've been
Oh, I feel
doing,
you.
you feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Honestly, it's the tandem parking spot that's
Yeah.
fucking me up. It's like, what I do now is I Postmate McDonald's to my house.
Dude,
You
I've
can
done
do that?
I've
Yes,
done
you
that.
can.
Oh, fucking! I just did a Postmate. We did the Luke Cage live stream, and I was like, I want chocolate-covered gummy bears. And if you've never had them, they're the best candy you can ever get. They're
never
perfect.
had
It's like you want gummy, you want chocolate.
And you got that specifically?
I requested it, and then, like I knew they had them
That
at
person
Sprouts.
had to make those?
I need you.
In 15 minutes?
Please make them. Just get some Hershey bars and some Haribo little gummies, and it takes you about like 30 minutes. You're good to go. But anyways, I requested them. I knew they were at Sprouts. I'm like, can you go to Sprouts and get these? Guy said, I know. I'll go get them. And he called me when he got there, and he was like, so I'm like finding gummy something. And I'm like, are they chocolate-covered gummy bears? And like, and he's not really being specific, and it's really hard to hear him on the phone. And I'm like, yeah, there's chocolate-covered gummy bears. They're over in the candy section. He's like, yeah, like they're in like this. They're like in a square container. And I was like, yeah. Really should have been more specific. He came back. It was black licorice little pieces that you could buy.
Oh.
Like, you brought the absolute worst.
Wait, chocolate-covered black licorice?
No, just black licorice.
Oh,
just
man.
like, yeah, it's
Why?
like if you were to order like a really cool smoothie and they just brought cold medicine instead. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm like,
Dude, it's like going to the money store,
yeah.
and then they bring back the only currency that like isn't in circulation.
God, I was
hilarious.
That's
He
only
got you
Postmate
black
things.
licorice?
Yeah, and he
that is the worst thing.
That sucks.
He was like, man, I can go back. I'm like, do I have to like pay again? And he's
It's
like,
like, well, yeah.
yeah. And I'm like,
It's the
no.
only thing I do.
It's over there. It's like unlike the little snack area, and nobody's touched it. They're not
Yeah.
even open. Like they're there if you really
That's
want to
not
get
bad.
them.
But what I did wrong was
Yeah.
when I Postmated this time is like I like a couple days before I was like, okay, I'm gonna Postmate McDonald's, and I gave up because I was like, that's too lazy.
A couple days
Before, and I did it again a couple days later, and I didn't clear my cart, so I ended up buying the same thing.
You had a stack of McDonald's?
Yes, I had $30 worth of McDonald's. I just kept eating it. I just kept eating it.
Like
Fucking
you ordered
great.
it, you
Yeah.
gotta finish it. So
Hell yeah.
God.
Dude,
so
there's
good.
something about like when you haven't had fast food in a while and you go to fucking like Taco Bell and you just get everything and they hand you a heavy bag and you're like, fuck yeah.
Like, fuck
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to
fine.
the bottom of this
Yeah.
satchel of
Yeah.
fake food.
It is just too good. I was like prepared. I was like, tomorrow I know I'm gonna feel like shit, but I didn't. The next day, Sunday, yesterday was fucking great.
That maybe blew right out of you. Didn't have a chance to sit with you. Just kind of,
Blue.
Blew
Yeah.
right out of me.
Panda Express does that to me. Now Wendy's does it to me, and I'm like,
Oh,
nah.
no.
Like they have the 4 for $4 deal. Awesome. You can get a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4 nuggets, small fry, drink, $4.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Too much for
Did
that little money.
I mean, it's after you eat it, you're like, it's
How heavy
actually
is
not
the
that
bag?
much. It's pretty light. It's
Yeah,
not too bad.
that's not enough
I'm a
then.
growing
Oh, really?
boy still, so that's not that bad. I keep saying growing boy. You'll say that until I'm like 50.
Yeah, I'm a growing boy.
When this show still exists
Yeah.
and
you
you're
got
still
a
doing
full
it.
beard,
Yeah.
like.
When I can grow a full beard.
Grown boy. Dude, you're like stuttering, slurring old Sam is something I want to see, without a doubt. Zach Hacher says he has 4 subscribers, by the way. So
Oh,
let's get him some more.
I like how it lets you know.
Why does it let you know?
Because someone has
I
that
had,
app.
I had vidIQ on my computer.
Do you only talk to people that have a certain number of
I'm like, I
subscribers?
start looking at like commenters. You're like, ding ding ding. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Influence.
It'd be funny if
No,
you
no.
had, like,
it's just an added
augmented-
feature on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
augmented reality glasses that gave you that at like VidCon. You're
Yeah.
just looking at people.
Oh, did you meet the augmented reality guy at VidCon?
No.
There was
That's a
seriously
guy?
a dude walking around that
I
was
can't
like,
even fucking make up futuristic hypotheticals anymore.
Nah, it exists.
swear to God, this man is real. I have his product in my backpack. Yeah, it's just you attach it to your phone. He's like, he's from some country I could not understand, and he was like, yeah, you plug it in your phone and you could look at the room that you have, you take photos of it, and you could send a virtual reality of what your room is to someone else. And I was like,
Damn.
oh, okay,
Wait,
cool.
so you just send like if I was in like my office, I could send my office to somebody
Yep,
else?
and it would move.
Do you have an office that I don't know about?
No, it's more that giant like
Warehouse.
Yeah.
mess.
Oh, you mean our office?
Yeah, our office.
All over our office.
Oh, you mean the writer's room?
I did find out there's an augmented reality thing you can download right now to give yourself tattoos, and so if you want to feel like really fancy, you just
Yeah.
draw like a smiley face on your skin, and then like it augments like a tattoo onto you.
So you could see what it would be like.
What it'd be like,
If
and
you
you're like,
did it.
maybe that's enough for you. You can make
You
a
know-
whole Instagram profile about all your new tattoos that you're getting.
Yeah, get rid of all the awful ones like that.
Yeah, we have so much technology for like phones. If we put all that brain space into the real world,
Nah.
don't need it. Honestly, don't need it.
Guys, speaking of which, you're starving in the desert,
Oh yeah.
crawling around, and somebody came up to you with food. Sounds pretty good. What would be the one food you would turn away? Quotation
Oh.
marks. No thanks, I'm good. End quotation
There's a
marks.
lot of shit.
That's the time when you get like smited by something, like by a god. There's some like no.
Yeah, you immediately
no,
die
I
from
say-
something else.
Yeah, like that's when you get stung by like what do they got out there? Snakes.
Stinging bugs.
What's,
Yeah.
what's the shit that goes in
Scorpions.
pho? But it doesn't taste like anything.
Like
green?
the
Like the noodles?
no, not the noodles.
You're talking about like the root.
The vegetable,
I want
the-
to say roots.
It is like roots. It's like
Sprouts.
Sprouts.
Bean sprouts.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Oh, they're like the little clear,
Yeah,
little
yeah,
like
yeah,
white
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was starving, a guy came up to me. He's like a beautiful bowl of pho, but it's got a lot of sprouts in it.
I'm gonna piggyback off yours and I'm gonna make it real specific. You know how when you order pho to go because you don't want to leave your
Yeah.
house, and they get a big bag of pho. That was from before, instant callback from before. You know how they give you, so it's usually
A
like
container.
yeah, but then there's like the extra baggie of all the fixings.
Sprouts in it. Yeah.
If somebody came up to me in the desert and just dropped a bag of like fixings, in there,
Swear to God, I'd walk by it.
no, and then you would get bit by something poisonous.
I
Cool.
piggyback off that. What if they just actually?
Just
would
a
this be
packet
the-
of sriracha.
I was thinking, what if they give you the fixins for a baked potato but minus the potato? And I'm like, wait, that
That's
might
still
actually
good.
be. That
Fixins
might
on
not
a
be.
spoon?
Yeah, like you can get like some bacon, cheese, and like chives.
I would do it.
And a little onion. That's not bad. But
I
what's
would eat
something?
that.
What would I say no to? I don't know, man.
Licorice.
Li-
I want it to be the same
Licorice.
licorice guy.
Oh, that dude comes
Yeah.
from Postmates. He's
Yeah.
like, I know you asked for like anything else, but here's this same bag.
Gotta do it.
You can even see my bite marks
Did
of
you
me
not
trying
see
to
that
bite it,
coming?
open it.
I was we were at like dinner the other day, and this guy was talking like from here, and he was talking about he heard a story about a guy who lives off candy, who actually he's like, you know, a lot of people are like, I only want to eat candy, but they usually die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he survived, and he's fine.
He eats
Jesus.
just candy.
Just candy, only candy.
Ugh.
It's like that guy from Super Size Me who just has like the same McDonald's order every day.
I bet
for
he
every
cheated.
meal. You think he cheated?
Yeah.
I bet he cheated.
There's
I
one day he's like, I wonder what Wendy's is like.
There was a guy, my parents always tell us like this story. It's like, you know when parents always have anecdotes for things
Yep.
and it's like always the same damn story. The
Yep.
one they always say, it's
You
like,
can't eat candy forever.
there was one where like they knew this guy who always was angry, like he's always grumpy, and like he didn't like have a very good job and everything, like but they grew up with him, and when they like touched base when they were like with him later, he had like just gotten out of the hospital because apparently like something happened to his stomach. He had this big blockage, and they went and looked, and they asked him what he ate, and he's like, I eat sheet cake. And when every day after work, he would go to Albertsons and he'd go to the old sheet cakes that they're about to throw out and ask for them, and they would just give it to him, and he'd only eat sheet cake.
Sheet cake?
Sheet cake. That's the birthday cake you buy that's really cheap from a grocery store. He
Every
would
day?
only eat sheet cake. Sheet cakes every meal. Just like break off a piece, eat the sheet cake. He'd go through a whole sheet cake a meal.
D'Angelo Vickers, he grabs the corner piece and eats it like an apple.
I love that he tastes it. He's like, no.
Yeah,
And he
no,
throws it away.
I had cake yesterday.
I totally get it. I love that. Like, you know, I drink Soylent. Like that's
How's
mostly
that
what I
going?
You're still
consume.
on that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so basically 3/4 of what I eat is the drink soylent, and 1/4 I eat like regular food, and I love that life. Cause like when I eat it, I feel like it's like when the bird mama chews up the food. They just package that and
Yeah. Do you do it cold?
yeah, I have had it warm too, and it's actually not bad warm.
Like warmed up or just room temperature?
Just like room temperature.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
had room temp
yeah.
coffee, the Soylent coffee thing. That was pretty good.
But it kind of like it gave you The coffee one is a little strong.
I want to try it. I tried the other one. I only like it cold. I can't do it room temperature. But I want to try the coffee one.
It's
I don't think I
good.
could do it every meal of every day though.
You don't
try
have
it.
to.
I'd try it for like a week. I'll see how my body does. My body is delicate like a flower. So if you start switching things up, if I'm not eating like a burger a day, it's not gonna like it.
I know
very
that's
much.
true about you saying
Yeah.
stuff starts smelling weird.
What if someone came to you and they're like, "We got you a steak, baked potato, everything." You're like, "Yes, you're in the desert, obviously."
you
The
gotta drink
scenario.
it.
No, they got a baby mama bird it to you.
I would probably still do it. How long are you in the
I
desert
would
by
do
this
it.
point? That hypothetical was like you're crawling around on your stomach.
No.
Also
There's
dying.
really nothing you would be like, no, I'm good.
Okay,
Like, what
let's
kind of
say
excuse would you make up? Like, I just had that.
it may be like 7 hours in the desert, and you think that
Only
there's
7
food.
hours.
Okay, man, what's
Days.
good?
Yeah.
Like,
Let's do
couple
days.
days.
Let's do days.
4 days with nothing.
Because
you think you still turn stuff down 4 days?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think I'd say about 12 hours, and then I could no longer turn shit down.
I might turn down peanut butter. I know it's like protein, but if I was dying of thirst and everything, and someone gave me peanut butter, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and then sand's getting in there too. I'm like,
Oh no.
Just worse
Rogue
and worse.
sand.
bro.
That's gross.
Fallon Wynn says, "What hairstyle have you always liked but aren't brave enough to try? No, you can't pull off." Tabletop.
Before I answer this question, how many subscribers?
One. They have one. They have one subscriber.
All of a sudden, it's judging.
yeah. What hairstyle?
I've always wanted to try a buzz cut. I tried really short one time, and I realized how misshapen my skull is. So I don't like
I
the
can't
top.
even picture that.
How long
It's
has it been?
real. That was 2nd grade. A lot of tears. A lot of tears after I got home, and I saw like all I did was like short, like spiky hair that you see most elementary school boys with, and like I got
Yeah.
that, and I was like. My neighbor came over and I was like, "I'm sorry," and I ran back inside. And I couldn't talk to him. I couldn't talk to him, and I went to my mom. I'm like, "What do I do? How do I get it back?" And he was like, "You gotta wait." I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
only a couple
sorry.
months. You'll be all right.
"Yeah."
I liked. I did it once. It was like a year ago. Like according to Time Hop, like a year ago, a couple days ago. I got like a cut right here, like a part.
I remember that.
Oh.
But like, it's like in order to do that, you have to get it updated like every like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So like, I liked it, but
It could very easily look like a mistake.
yeah,
Yeah.
3 days in.
3 days.
I thought that the Kanye like ding 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 like a little
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that a lot of people started getting like a couple years ago. I thought that was a mistake for a long time because it looks like you just went over some speed bumps on your way down your face. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
I remember
Have you
when
ever
that.
had long hair?
Huh?
Sorry to interrupt you. Have you ever had long hair?
You had like the Vine you did of like. Do you remember the Vine you did with the GPS thing?
Yeah.
It was like he's listening to Drake and the GPS interrupts it, so he cries. And your hair used to be like super like.
Yeah.
It would go super
See,
tall.
the thing about that is like, I think that Vine got like 5 million loops
It's at
because
7 million. Right?
Is it 7 million?
Yeah, I saw it over the weekend.
I
Yeah.
believe
Because of
that to be successful on Vine, you have to look crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did used to have like every once in a while I'll do it by accident, but like it used to just come from me like, I don't know, I'm a brain person, and brain people we like brain sensations. So like I'll just start doing this, and I know that I'm going through some shit. Like when my hair is like all the way up.
Hey, yeah.
Just don't yank it out.
Yeah.
Don't like.
That was
Yeah,
like,
eating it.
what's her name used to say that? Fucking Amy Winehouse used to say, I don't remember what the exact correlation was, but she was like, the higher her hair was, the more like she's not doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 100%. The higher my hair is, the I always call it my Kanye days.
Yeah.
Like the more aggressive I'm feeling, the higher my hair is.
Yeah, like, oh, I get that because
Yeah.
like it's usually when I'm more aggressive. Like when I'm more like confrontational. If you look at my hair, it's like I started yanking on it, and it's starting to
Yeah.
look like I'm a little like
Yeah.
maybe intoxicated still or something. Like it's like
Yeah.
maybe back off. Maybe he's gonna snap. You watch like old when I did like SourceFed like back in the day. Like you can see like when I start to not give a fuck about the story, as the hair starts to get like more out of control and
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
just different in every
It was a
take.
fun like little bit. It was fun to like let me just like kind of be an asshole.
You
Yeah.
have to, man.
More so. Yeah.
See, a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, what are you, an artist? You got to go somewhere and you got to find your voice for 15 years. But here, it's just you toss people on camera right away, and you're like, you figure it out in front of everybody.
Yes, in front of everybody.
And we all learn together.
That's LA,
I want to
man.
see you with like long Prince hair.
Prince
Like
hair.
straight in.
Oh,
Like real nice.
and the chest hair. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
like a tuft, a full tuft.
I couldn't imagine you any other way. Mike, would you
I've
ever?
had pretty much every other. You know what is like recently the good boy thing is real popular. I think it's kind of phasing
good
out
boy?
now. But when you like your shit is like shaved on the sides, but you have like some real nice Mr. Frosty shit going on up top.
Kind of
You
this.
have that,
Kind of this.
but
yeah.
like with a beard and shit like that,
Yeah.
and everything like looks on purpose. And once in a while, I'm like,
Call it good
I would
boy?
want that. And then I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, that's kind of always how I thought I'd look.
I just
I'm
gotta
gonna
give
keep it
you
there.
props on that Mr. Frosty parallel. That's perfect.
That's the first thing I thought.
That Mr. Frosty.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
There are a couple of those in here. Andres kind of has it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Would you ever?
No, you just have nice looking hair.
Nah, there was a
Who
big.
has a good boy?
There was a
type
big
situation?
like fad of a lot of people here with that same haircut. Now it's starting to calm down a little bit.
It
There's
is.
not-
Steve had something. Steve did
Yeah.
a goodish boy.
In the height of the summer, I'd say, when it's like summertime and it's hot, that's what people are gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Candace have the same hair for the most part. We have the same hair.
I realized that today.
Yeah.
She showed me 2 photos of her that Ian took. She
From
was like,
behind?
which one? And I was like,
Same person.
All right, I got a question here from D Faj. Oof. And no, any subscriber.
I'll go
Oh,
subscribe
sorry.
to
How many
We'll go
subscribers?
0.
0.
We'll go subscribe to you. Don't worry, man. If you could choose how you would die, what would your death be?
That's
you
the
can
one you
use.
put out in shows?
Yeah, you could use literally anything, even if it isn't real.
What does
my
DFAT do?
God.
Motivational videos?
I'm pretty big on that. I think death is important, not in a sad way. There's some cool ways to die.
Yeah.
There's some cool ways to go out.
Name 6.
Space.
Space.
Lizards.
Lizards?
Lizards, he
Insects.
said.
Lizards.
Snake pit like Indiana Jones.
I'm thinking big lizards. Yeah.
Like-
if-
Some kind of a saw house if you're in a saw.
Oh, I thought like a
You
mill.
just find yourself in a saw house.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh
pretty
my
cool.
God.
I mean, like, it'd be infamous. Like, oh yeah, that's the guy who like got out of the saw or didn't get out, obviously.
No,
His
you
death.
you wouldn't be infamous. Whoever killed you or thought up the elaborate way to kill you would be, and then
Sure.
you would just be a guy who died for the rest of your life.
True.
Like the serial killers get all the credit.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. I would maybe. I got 6. I lost count.
Yeah.
Shovel.
Have you guys seen that episode of Futurama where Bender is like floating through space because he like got launched out of something?
That's a good episode.
It
He
is.
meets God.
Yeah, and he meets God. And I was just thinking, I was watching it last night, and I was thinking, like, I want that to happen to me.
You
like,
would go crazy so fast.
You
No.
with a fishbowl.
Yeah.
in the most beautiful way, because, like, what I've been thinking about a lot lately is how, like, you know how humans remember things? When you remember things, you're really remembering the last time you remember it. And if you stop remembering things, if you stop trying to remember things, eventually you will forget everything.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Weird.
And if you're floating through space and you're just seeing all these abstract thoughts, you would just become solely emotional. And I think that's the you would forget all fear, you'd forget all like courage. I just think that would be a
You
cool
would just
way.
be like a vessel for your memories.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be making any more. You're like,
wouldn't.
so
So, like,
remember when
you-
I floated past that last week?
So you'd want to be like alive for a while and then eventually just kind of pass on.
and
from
just
there.
become just my thoughts and feelings.
You
which
become
would-
an abstract like being. You don't
Yeah.
have any like you don't have like a body anymore. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So that's how I want to die.
Weird.
When I'm like 90, just sit me out in space
Yeah.
with a like, what's that shit they used to spray on stuff? Never wet. Just spray some never wet. So I'm
That's
good.
it.
That's it. And
I
I'll be
want to
fine.
die in front of my friends and family at my 90th surprise birthday.
They all surprised.
Yeah. I can't. What? You all look great. And then done. Forever.
That's so mean.
Hilarious.
Alright.
That should be in like The Hangover or something.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's somewhere. I can't be the first person to know that.
I think it'd be cool to skydive. This one's a little more violent, but I think skydiving without a parachute. I think that'd be kind
On
of fun.
purpose? That's just committing suicide.
I don't want to do
You
it
ever
that
skydive
way.
off a
But not
building?
like that.
That's a very positive way of looking at that.
Wait, like skydiving into what? The ocean?
Maybe okay. Opposite.
Giant sheik.
Opposite. Throw me into a cannon. Aim me out into the.
Anyway.
Wait, you
anyway.
want to jump out of a plane into a cannon?
No, just take out the plane part. Just launch me into like space.
Do you
That'd be
know
cool.
about the city called Solvang?
I know the name.
Yeah,
What's that?
Solvang is like maybe like an hour or two outside of Los Angeles, and it looks like a completely different place. It looks like it's like Europe, and I just can only imagine your body just falling in that city. Like, whoa! Yeah. They're like, what the fuck?
Dude, there's a bunch of places you could land, even on the car ride from like Los Angeles to Las Vegas, where you would not know if you were on Earth.
So
Yeah.
you driven from
Wait,
Los...
that's a Twilight Zone episode. That's a Twilight
it?
Zone. Yes,
Really?
that's my
Just in Las
favorite
Vegas?
one. Yeah, no, they land. It's,
Burgess Meredith is in the desert.
It's they're astronauts and they're launched into like like they're in a spaceship called the Arrow and they like launch up and then they lose contact. NASA loses contact with them and they crash land and they're like, well, we landed somewhere and they think they're on an alien like land because that's where they were like aiming and there's no life or anything around for like hundreds of miles and they start like going and the captain goes crazy and like kills all of his like
Oh my God.
all of his crewmates.
One
And
by
he-
one or all like all at once?
One by one, because like one
Hey,
like
guys, get
dies
together?
and, like, yeah, scooch together. But yeah, he goes over a ridge and he sees "Welcome to Reno," and like then it's like, oh, he's a murderer.
That's hella
Right,
funny.
Yeah.
the next shot is just him sitting at a blackjack table like, I killed all my friends.
So have you driven from LA to Vegas before?
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
times.
I have too, and I remember on the drive there, I noticed that there was this giant, like, big mirror that was just reflecting light. And I'm
Have you
like,
seen that? Do you know what that is? Like,
No, you
okay,
know?
yeah, it's they put mirrors or solar panels around the thing. That's you can't even like look at it. It's too bright. They bounce light up to it, and it's like a geothermal energy. It creates power for like cities and stuff. And it creates heat, and they make that to like they use that to power stuff.
Totally was gonna talk about aliens.
Oh, look, go ahead. Go
Totally
ahead.
thought it was
Go for
aliens. That was just it.
You
I
can
think
still
it's
talk
aliens.
about aliens.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about
I think
aliens.
it's the aliens and the government,
Uh-huh.
and they're working together, and we just don't pay enough attention. We're like, oh, I'm on my way to go fucking drink and whatever the fuck in Vegas.
Reno is the alien reservation.
Hey, they can buy
Yeah.
alien jerky out there. There's alien
Yeah,
jerky.
there is that alien stuff that's in between. I'm just saying, I think they're hiding in plain sight, and we just don't care.
You know, I could go out.
Sam sleeks away.
I could go out like fighting a big animal, like fighting like a lion,
Like the Revenant.
and I can like the Revenant. I'll fight a bear, like a really angry. Did you guys see that fucking video? I'm gonna
dude
cut
who
to a clip
fought a
really
bear?
quick. No. This woman is like, she's got headphones on. She's up in like the mountains, and it's kind of snowing. She's gonna snowboard down the mountain, and she's gonna film it on her GoPro, and you can hear what the GoPro hears, but she's got headphones on. She can't hear the surroundings, and all of a sudden you kind of hear like. And like she's not looking, so she grabs her
She's
like
like-
pole with a GoPro, and no, she's basically having like the time of her life, and she like puts her like things on, and she starts going. She puts her GoPro up, and you see a bear like charging at her like through the snow, and she's just going down the mountain, and it's still going. Bears can run up to like 30 miles an
Yeah.
hour, and it's still going, and then she like gets down a pretty steep slope and like goes faster than the bear. I can't tell if it's real or fake because I haven't
So
found
she
any
never
articles.
knows?
She doesn't know until Actron uploads it. Right? How fucking terrifying would that be?
Dude, I used to get freaked out when I used to shoot YouTube videos and you see a spider in the back. That's like that to like the umpteenth degree.
That's hella
I'd-
funny.
I'd fight a bear. I'd fight a bear or a lion.
Yeah.
Give me something big. Like, give me something real
You
big.
fight a dinosaur. Bring
Yeah.
him back.
Bring him
I'll
back.
fight one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how we'll go
With the
out.
feathers are in it. Feathers and everything.
If I knew I was dying in like a day, I would just go to the zoo and just like, come on, let's do it.
So you can't go over the enclosure. I know what.
Back off. This is between me and him. It's like you see a gorilla or something. Oh, look, Haram. There you go. Yeah, but you go up against like something. You're like, come on. And you taunt it with like rocks. So you're like, let's get it. Come on, get angry.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like the zoo animals would be the most docile because they're used
Yeah.
to doing this all
They
day.
don't remember
You'd have
how
to piss
fight.
it off. It'd
Yeah.
be real hard to piss it off, but you could get it angry.
I went to the LA County Fair recently, and
That's
like,
fun, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
and I didn't know that there was an animal section,
Yeah.
and there's like real giraffes and zebras in like Panoma. It makes no sense.
You think it makes no sense to you?
They're like, I'm a huge, beautiful giraffe,
Yeah.
and all I see is these fucking teenagers going like this.
Yeah. Look at all these shitty giraffes.
It's so sad, but yeah.
Can you ride a giraffe? Would that be really hard?
No, but I will ride a zebra before I die.
I heard they're like
That's
a
how you
little
die.
pissy, but you could probably like be on there for like a second.
Yeah.
You could ride it. Yeah.
They're pretty small,
like-
right? They're smaller than horses.
Yeah.
A giraffe is a horse kind of too, right?
It's like a long horse.
Horse-ish.
Yeah.
Those are both things that you want to ride, but
Yeah.
you feel like you get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen when
Yeah.
giraffes like fight. You ever seen when they fight?
Oh,
Like,
necks.
they sling their necks and heads at each other, and so it's like if that thing came by me, that's like what, like 50 pounds or I don't know how much.
Probably more
yeah,
than that,
and
yeah.
like just hitting me, that'll probably like break my
Dude,
ribs.
that neck is all muscle. That's just one
It's gotta
arm,
be.
one giant arm.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? This has nothing to do with anything, and I'd like to
I like
apologize
this
before it
conversation a
starts.
lot. So go
Please
ahead.
tell me.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I think. The length of a giraffe's neck and that being like a real thing that you can go see
Uh-huh.
reminded me of this because it's just a weird thing that would freak out a human. I used to have this reoccurring like daydream nightmare at night when I would be driving long stretches on the highway. Ooh, that was fun.
Did I hit the damn?
You hit the light.
But it bounced.
Yeah, shut up.
Tell me,
Shit.
Ken.
Sorry. Tell your
So
story.
if it's just like a long road and it's like pitch black on either side, either like it's woods or whatever, I always pictured this would be the scariest shit ever. If a giant hand came out and just scraped along the road, like there are no lights. The only lights are your stupid
Oh, yeah.
Headlights.
headlights.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
And I said this to my friend once. He was in the car. I was like, dude, every time we're on this road, I picture, because there's like a guardrail, and then it's usually hazy. You can't say anything. What if a giant fucking hand came out of nowhere and just like scraped, like, I don't know if you've ever seen Cloverfield, but when they fuck up the bridge, that out of nowhere, no streetlights, no anything. And
I'm
he was
so
like,
down for
a
that.
giant hand. That fucking.
That's so beautiful.
That'd be cool because it's like,
Yeah.
wait, is it from like a human hand or is it like a creature hand?
I mean,
Because
I
both
like a
would be
human
really.
hand.
A human hand would be really like.
That's like saying
That's
something
pretty
about
cool.
you. Have you seen the Weeknd music video where he's like in the car with the panther? Basically, it's like he has a black cat.
Who's driving?
Him. It's
Okay.
basically he has a black cat, and in the next shot he's driving, and the black cat turns into a panther in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like abstract shit like that. He needs to do a music video where he's driving and a hand
Yeah.
comes out. Like
Right.
that's perfect.
That'd be
The
terrifying.
panther jumps out the window and like gets out. He's like,
Oh,
God,
that's
that's-
too much.
That's one of the scary. I don't. That's my least favorite thing to do in life is
Yeah.
to have to like. I'll do my taxes before I want to drive on a dark road by myself.
yeah.
It's like it's not fun. And like the one video that always like sticks with me is like a guy's on a road like that, and it kind of looks like the road between the highway between Vegas and LA. And like there, all of a sudden it like narrows down with cones to like a 1-lane thing, and there's a car that's like to the side, like kind of like pivoted to the side, parked, and like it's kind of blocking the road, so he has to stop, and there's not really anyone behind him, and a guy gets out and looks at him and then starts to charge his car, so he has to swerve around it and take off as fast as he can. Like, I don't know if it's faked or not. It's really shot well to seem like a real thing. And I always hear, like,
just a
horror
video,
stories
is
like that. Yeah, it's like a dash cam type video.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Oh.
So it looks like a real video. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Damn.
be careful driving. I
That's good advice.
believe it or not.
I remember there was this one time, me and Tonjus, I think, were driving back across the country from the East Coast, and we ran into some like weird, crazy, as a couple of years ago, crazy fucking ice storm that like engulfed Texas.
Weird.
There was like raining ice and
Oh,
slush,
God.
and it was disgusting. And we were on a road like that with just like nothing else, and we had to go. Like the road was just a sheet of ice in a section of the country where like they're not used to that, so there'd be people speeding by us, and they would just be off the road when you catch up to them, like 45 minutes
fuck.
down, and we were literally going like 10, 15 miles an hour across Texas, which is like a small fucking country.
Yeah.
And there's like in Texas is like there's like cities, but then in between them there's like
Yeah,
a lot
just
of
like long
land.
stretches of nothing.
it's
Did
just
you have
plains.
tires, like ice tires?
No, we were just in a some
Woo!
kind of sedan.
Woo!
It was
That
bad,
doesn't
man.
sound
It was bad, and it's like you're stuck, and there's nowhere to go.
You got to be careful driving.
Yeah.
Another good piece of advice from Will.
About driving, be careful driving.
Last quick question. Just another guy writes, what's the
Ooh.
funniest GIF you've ever seen?
That
Funniest-
one?
That's pretty. That's a pretty good
solid.
one.
It's not the
Funniest
best.
GIF.
but-
That is a good episode of The Office. My favorite is it's like a girl, like she's like twerking from the side, and like she's like moving her ass up and down. And all of a sudden, when she like on the downswing, it cuts to a turkey in a can opening and a turkey sliding out onto a table, and you're like, it's so gross. It's like it's so like she just like bam, bam, and it just like slipped out onto the table.
Like,
It's like
yeah.
something like an alien like crawled out of
Like
her.
an uncooked turkey.
Yeah, but like also they sell turkey in a can, or they did at one point, and so it's like this like
It's definitely
gooey-
chicken they sell in a can.
So
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
can like this big.
It's big, and it like it slides out of there.
Who the fuck? Yeah.
I like that one.
I don't think I have a favorite GIF.
You don't have one you sent?
There are great ones though. No.
I'm the meme king.
You
Dude,
are.
just any of people falling or getting hurt for the
Yep.
most part.
Remember when that's what the internet was? Falling and getting hurt?
That's still
Yeah.
my favorite part of the internet.
My
That's like-
sister-
if I get sad, I'll watch somebody falling down. Oh, that's real fun.
My sister would just come home, go on YouTube, and type in people falling and laugh for hours.
Yeah.
Fail compilations, always a good time.
Whatever happened to Fail Blog?
They're still around.
Yeah?
They're still around. They still
for
like
you,
make a
Fail
bunch of
Blog.
stuff.
I know I've talked about this before, and I think you're the one that showed it to me because it's my fucking favorite thing about this video of this guy who built the largest Jenga or something.
I think we talked about it here. It's
Yeah.
a good video.
It's my favorite thing.
Where he's getting interviewed?
And the guy, just type that in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just that's how I feel as a person.
Like
Yeah.
which one?
Which
of,
guy?
Of the interviewer being like,
Yeah.
or the guy who has to deal with it. The Guinness Book of World Records is coming the next week, and it took them weeks to put this together. And he's like, there's nothing he can do at
Yeah.
all. Like everything's just fucked now.
Basically, the interviewer just has a long cord, and he's just
Recorded mic.
talking about it and wrapping the cord around it. And of course, if you do this and you walk an extra step, it's all gonna fall.
Which
Yeah.
it does.
It's a good video.
And then there's the guy who broke the Rona phone or whatever the fuck it was called.
Which one?
Oh my god, it was some kind of, somebody knows what I'm talking about right now, and this is killing him. But it's not a record, but it's like a cylindrical thing that you put inside this other antique, and it spins around. It makes music, and this, it's so old. And the guy in QVC or whatever, some kind of home shopping
Oh, it's
network is holding it, and his hands are kind of shaking a little bit. And he just explodes. It's like it's one of a kind, and he just goes, "Oh shit."
Oh, shit.
There's nothing better.
Amazing.
Priceless things being ruined.
Yeah.
By
Because of
being
humans?
handled by somebody who just doesn't fucking get it at all. Dude, something like that. Last quick thing. That kind of happened to me. This guy who was back when we had the internship program. There's a guy who came in and he hand sculpted out of wood this lion's head. And it's somewhere on one of our sets that you can go find it. It's but he made this sculpted this lion head on a wood thing that you could put on your thing, and he varnished it so it has this kind of sticky brown stuff on the outside. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I just finished it." I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." Grabbed it. Varnish came off in my hand and it ruined it, and I was or it ruined at least part of it, and he got so mad at me. I was like,
"Oh, you
"Dude,
just
I'm
finished
sorry."
a second ago."
Yeah, and I was like, "You brought it in." It seemed like all things are, all
thought
bets
it
are
was
off.
such
I
a
could go
time.
ahead and play with it. I like to play with things, and he was really. I had never felt more sad. I was and there's nothing I can do. I'm and it was his last day too, and so he couldn't he couldn't come back in later to fix it.
That guy just hates you forever.
Yeah,
I'm so
man,
sad
I'm
I
sorry.
missed that.
I'm real sorry. You were a nice guy. I didn't like to make you mad. I don't like making people mad.
It did. It happened.
I
But
would
it
have
happens.
loved to have been a spectator on that.
Man, there's a lot of embarrassing stuff that I know at the end of my life when we can implant things in your heads to
Yeah.
record everything and play back. It'll be great to have a highlight
gonna
reel.
watch.
On
Well,
my
if you stop
funeral.
thinking about them, they'll disintegrate pretty soon.
You're like the Buster Keaton of doing that kind of stuff.
Man, I've seen some of his stuff. I wish I was good at what he does. But at the end of on my funeral, I want a best of bloopers for Sam.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
want the.
We
I'd
gotta
much rather
reenact
see
them.
that than seeing the open casket of your fucking dead body just laying there.
What if I have to
Put,
recreate
a
it?
screen
wanna
over
see
it.
that.
What if they put me in a puppeteering machine? I have to recreate
And
it.
it's always
It's
doing a
alive.
wrong handshake.
Yeah.
No matter you can go up and hug it and stuff, or try to give it a handshake. Always will miss it.
Yeah,
Always.
every time.
And then Sam touched the newly varnished lion's head.
That's fucking great.
Well, guys, let us know how you would like to be presented when you die in the comments down below. But before we get to that, you guys should go check out Animal Planet's new show, or actually it's an older show, Whale Wars on the Animal Planet Go. You can actually check out a link in the description to learn more, or just go to the App Store and download the app for free and watch all the shows from Animal Planet you would like.
Yep.
Pretty fun little plug.
Discovery Go.
Will, where can they find you?
You can see me on People Be Like. Also listen to my new mixtape Tunnel Vision on William Hanks TV. Yay.
You can find me on People Be Like
At some point.
at some point.
There's a little button for that one. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Sam Basher, or just listen to my podcast only. Stupid Answers, a lot of fun. This boy's been on it. One day this boy will be on it. We talked about wrestling. It was a lot of fun.
I was on it for a second. I talked about
Oh yeah, you did. You
yeah.
were here and you came over and said some stuff.
I had one opinion.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But guys, thanks for watching Table Talk here on SourceFed. Send us your questions using the hashtag Table Talk in the comments on Twitter and on Reddit. We like your questions.
Yeah,
we like
please.
reading them. Let us know what else you'd like from from this show. Fun stuff.
You could have something you wrote on the internet appear in this bucket.
Mm-hmm. How crazy is that?
Love.
Fan interaction.
Fan erections. Send your fan erections to thisbucket.sourcefed.com.
Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, what did we say? Green eyes? Can we go back and change it to none? If I'm having sex with a robot woman, I want her to have none eyes.
So at least I got your attention.
That one has a bruise on it already.
Oh my god, this is so dark.
They're breathing now.